I think so too. Hey, Jody.
Yes.
Do me a favor and repeat everything you just said, because I am professional.
Repeat everything I just said. Yeah, I just saw the comment
Yeah.
that they could only hear
Elias,
you.
did you have us all muted?
God damn it, Elias!
Everything's fine. Continue.
So, Elias is trying to take over the show.
I hadn't
and has decided
had a chance to drink any of my coffee yet.
And
Our
he gives me
tabletop
crap.
RPG should only be one person, and it's Elias.
And he gives me crap for when I do this on Winecraft.
This is why Aruna gets everything.
Hi, everybody. It's Realms of the Wild. It's our custom open legend RPG. I said that before, but Elias didn't feel that I was good enough. So this is take 2.
My subconscious and memory loss didn't feel that. The rest of
Well,
me did.
whose fault is that?
My subconscious and memory losses.
So just to catch you all up, the people below me are the players. We are down 1 Kiri because she is at something cool that I can't remember what it's called. So if you see a Kiri in the wild, be sure to tell her how awesome she is and buy her book. And we had a lovely conversation of if you see a wild about seeing a wild Kiri and what happens if you throw a Pokeball at her. I think throwing a Pokeball at Kiri, especially if she doesn't know you, is just a bad idea.
Yeah.
Like I could see her getting
Get
upset.
permission first.
Yes.
Excuse me, can I throw a Pokeball at you?
She's curious. She'll want to know too.
I mean,
I really think the first time I meet Kiri face to face, that will be, excuse me, do you mind if I throw a Pokeball at you?
If you
Why
happen to
didn't we do
have
this?
a functioning Pokeball in your possession, I will be impressed.
I
No
so
comment.
a long time ago
Joey's a wizard. He's fine.
had Pokemon toys that came in their own Pokeballs. And I think McDonald's had gold Pokemon cards that came in their own Pokeball display cases. I have both.
I remember
Wow.
those.
I at one point I had all of the gold, and they were gold plated cards, and I had all 7 of them. So I don't know if I still do, but anyway, back to the game. Let's do some announcements.
Oh boy.
Yeah, doesn't that sound fun?
So much fun.
First things first, there is a new show coming to Zelda Universe TV. It is called Colors of the Wind Waker, and it is hosted by the Zelda Ann, not to be confused with the other Zelda Ann.
Wait, hang on. The
the-
Zelda Ann?
Yes.
Wow.
Wow, wait.
This is
We've had-
pretty amazing.
Wow. Such an honor.
Yeah. It'll be Monday and Wednesday mornings at 8 a.m. Pacific time.
Even earlier than this show.
Yes, because I'm assuming she's a glutton for punishment. I
She's
don't
a
know.
morning person. I don't understand her.
So she's spawn of Satan, is what you're
She's
saying.
also in a later time zone, which helps.
Oh,
Yeah, Eastern time, probably.
Mountain time. Get your facts straight.
But anyway,
son.
the show
Oh, boy.
itself will focus on creating Zelda-inspired art. So if you guys, this may be something that you guys have never watched before on Twitch, but art streams and stuff like that are actually really, really interesting, especially if you get a chance to interact with the artist while they're sketching and drawing and stuff like that. Like, they're really, really cool. So I'm excited about this.
We already had the pilot this past Wednesday,
Mhm.
and she did a lot of Zelda Link to the Past Perler Bead stuff. So
It was really cool looking. I didn't watch for a lot, but it looked like it was doing good stuff. Lots of good interactions with chat. So I'm happy about it.
If you need something, to help you wake up in the morning, definitely check it out. Other kind of channel update news, Konnichiwa Korok, which I didn't realize was a show.
Womp womp.
And the Cody Zone, which I did know was a show.
Unfortunately.
They'll be taking a hiatus for a little bit. So I think that means Saturdays. This is the place to be on Zelda Universe. And then I have no idea when Konnichiwa Korak was.
Thursday nights.
It was Thursday at 9.
Oh.
Thursday nights are now wide and clear.
Okay. So, PAX West is coming up, I believe, next week, right?
In less than a week will be our panel, yes.
Yeah. So PAX West, which used to be PAX Prime, and I will always consider it PAX Prime, is going to have a Breath of the Wild, or is going to have a Zelda Universe panel. It's called Breath of the Wild and the Future of the Zelda series. These guys have done this panel for the past year and a half-ish.
We've done it at PAX Prime or PAX West just the past year. But
I made you say it too.
I went to the convention when it was PAX Prime. But we've been doing the panel and panels at PAXs and conventions for the past couple years or so.
So it's always a great panel. I've watched recordings of a couple of the panels, and they're great. It won't be live streamed, but hopefully it'll be uploaded to the Twitch channel afterwards using the video upload feature that's relatively new, like a year old or something like that on Twitch. Panelists will be Elias, Josh Jepson, Max Nicholas, and is that Chelsea X Lynn?
That's correct.
And it'll be on Friday, the 31st at 6:30 Pacific time in the Sasquatch Theater in the Sheraton Hotel. So if you guys, first of all, if you've never had a chance to go to PAX, any of the PAXs before, PAX is, from what I've heard, is just a really good time as far as conventions are concerned.
Yeah, it's fun.
Don't stop me when I'm hyping up the panel. The panel itself is actually really, like I said before, it's a really fun panel. They get to go through stuff. Sometimes they have giveaways, sometimes they don't. I don't know what.
We should have prizes this panel as well.
It'll be a surprise.
Elias, you're getting me front row seats again, right?
If you got a pass.
So go buy passes if you can.
Anyway, so check out PAX West. If you see any of the ZU people there, say hi to them. Tell them how much you think TrainerJodie is really the linchpin of the Twitch channel.
Please tell me that if you see that. Please.
And also tell Elias to his face why Super Metroid is the best Zelda game of all time.
Also explain to him why he needs to be on a permanent musical show on the channel.
Man, I can't wait to hear this next announcement.
Yeah. Zelda for Eternity, ZU-thon, was the big, it was 100 hours of Zelda. Was that what it was?
We did over 100 hours, about 102.
Over 110 hours of Zelda.
Yeah.
It was 102, sorry. 102 hours of Zelda. They did last weekend. Amanda spent a large portion of it with Elias's face on her shirt. So, I mean,
at least 24 of those hours, my face was on her chest.
I wasn't sure where that was going to go.
I like the Elias shirt.
Yeah, and then Elias is the one that goes chest.
That's
yep.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, that was really entertaining. If you would like Elias's face on your chest,
link call me.
Pay him $20. He'll come to your house.
Go buy it. God damn it.
Last time I checked the rate, never mind.
Anyway, Zelda for Eternity, it raised over $2,000, which is really awesome. Thank you to everyone that tuned in. Like I said, this is a big deal. The specific charity that Elias is going to say right now because I know what it is, but Elias just says it better than I do.
It was for direct relief this year.
Direct relief,
which help bring relief directly to people, victims in the country and around the world. They've been focusing lately in Puerto Rico and the California wildfires.
Which is like 95% of California right now. So yay.
Yeah. Most of California is on fire.
Yeah, I left the fires to enter a flood zone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good choice, Ilea. Good job.
Yep. I just got so fed up with everything burning, I decided I just need to go the complete opposite direction.
Well, welcome.
Welcome to the Great Lakes region.
Yeah.
The reason they call it the Great Lakes region is because there's lots of them. So anyway, thank you to everyone that tuned in, who shared, even if all you did was tune in and harassed Elias for 20 minutes every so often, which is what I did. It helped, and again, everyone that participated, you helped raise $2,000 to help a lot of different people. So last announcement for the channel, custom sub badges are live. So those of you that have subbed to Zelda Universe, you might have noticed that your sub badge has changed. New subs are now a purple Triforce. You get a bronze Triforce for 3 months, silver Triforce for 6 months, and a gold Triforce for a year plus. So if you've been on the fence about whether or not you wanted to sub to the channel up till now, you get the Triforce. I mean, that's a pretty big deal. It grants wishes.
All you have to do is tell Elias what those wishes are, and then it will magically grant them.
That's false.
By the way, both Ilea and I don't actually work for Zelda Universe, and therefore don't have to deal with the fallout when we say inflammatory statements like that.
Especially about Elias.
You do.
Via
me.
I'm the overseer of all of this, so I get the most.
Yeah, which is why we don't care nearly as much as those two.
Alex is in charge of everything, so really you should tell your wishes to him, and then they'll come true.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Tweet him. He is at Luca Stark.
Luca_Stark.
Luca_Stark. There we go. So just tweet your wishes to Alex and
then follow me on Twitch, and then maybe we'll make things happen.
But seriously, if you can sub to the channel, it's a great way to support shows like this, and the new colors of Wind Waker and stuff like that. All this stuff costs Zelda Universe money, in addition to the fact that they have a website that is really good. They post articles, at least a few articles a week, about various topics. Most of it is pretty cool. And the site's been going for like a decade or something like that, right?
Well over a decade, yeah.
Well over a decade. So these guys have been I'm not sure if these guys specifically have been working on it for well over a decade, but the
feels like it.
Website itself has been going for a long time and is not really officially recognized by anyone important, but
wow,
I recognize it.
Rude. We're not important.
We have gotten some cool opportunities.
It's one of the biggest Zelda fan sites in the world. So, anyway, that's all the announcements for that. The announcements for this show specifically, in a surprise upset, the poll winner for this week is Atticus.
I would like to protest. The poll was hidden from me. I was not able to vote or share it.
That was on purpose.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It was also like 3 weeks ago. So
yeah. I looked for it when it came out.
I will apologize.
I missed last episode.
No. I want to apologize to everyone out there. I was very much under the weather last week and was unable to, or not last week, 2 weeks ago, was unable to run the show, which is why we took a little bit of time off. Wish we could have giving you guys a little bit more warning, but what happened was extremely sudden, and I had literally no control over it. So unfortunately, we had to take a little time off, but we are back, and we're doing cool stuff. So
and now you can grant those wishes with the Triforce you get for subscribing.
Yeah. So yeah. Otherwise, I think unless anyone else here has announcements they want to make before the show starts.
I'm almost done with my coffee.
I think that's about everything. So it's time for us to return to the realms of the wild. So to kind of bring people back into the game, these guys have been wandering around this place called the Forgotten Temple. They've been finding out that Atticus has some pretty interesting connections to what has gone on in here. And as they've been going further and further and further, they've been finding more and more. They've been looking for this wound that is one of the things that's causing these kind of rifts or tears in the dimensions. So they've been wandering around. Our last episode, they found a giant nope monster made up of the corpses of the people that Atticus attempted to save the last time he was here, and powered by some dark something. They were able to take it out and found this really interesting Trifork that I came up with a really awesome name and description for this super, super awesome magic item that I created just for this game. And they called it the Trifork.
Rod of Restoration.
Yes.
So it's the Trifork.
You have Elias here. I don't know what you were expecting.
No,
Joey.
not Elias. That's all Iruna.
So they have a fork.
Same thing.
No, you don't get the Rod of Restoration. You get the Trifork. You don't deserve the Rod of Restoration.
We lost the privilege.
Yeah. So Iruna now has a fork. I think Zulta's holding on to it right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
I can't remember how that happened, but she has it.
Yeah.
The group has a fork.
I think that it might be a little specious to give what is essentially a Triton to the only mer-like.
Not a Triton. Here. It's a fork.
It's a fork.
Uh-huh.
And if you want to get technical, it's a rod.
No, it's a Trifork. So anyway, and at the very end, they decided to go back into one of the rooms that they had previously gone in and went out of because there was something in there that they had no idea how to deal with. And the shadows were coming alive and trying to kill them. So we're going to head back to that room again. And so as you guys are sitting there, as soon as you come in, the door behind you closes like it did before, and you have that intense kind of feeling of wrongness and nausea kind of mixed together. And I'd like everybody to roll for initiative for me, if you could.
Huzzah!
Oh, goody.
Jesus.
Oh.
That good, huh?
I was looking at Pierre's initiative roll.
So I hope this doesn't mean bad things for the future. But I did roll a 46.
No, you didn't.
No, you rolled a 43, and I rolled a 36.
43. Listen, I'm tired.
Math is hard. Let's start with Iruna.
Hard. I use Excel for this shit.
I rolled a non-exploding initiative, which was 12.
Okay. Zulta.
36.
Atticus.
Remind me again, because I think this is only the second time I've rolled initiative in this. Where do I add anything to my roll?
It's an agility roll. So it's a d20 plus your agility dice.
Oh, okay. So I should probably do that real quick. Hang on.
Pierre, what did you get?
43. Math is hard.
And again, all dice explode. So if you roll max on anything,
roll
it again.
That's right. Sweet.
Everybody had exploding initiative except Elias.
Yeah.
22.
Which
out.
is the most brand thing that Elias would ever have.
Which apparently the way mine exploded was 1d8 exploded twice and then rolled a 1.
Yeah, I had my d20 explode, and then I got a 1 and a 5.
Cool. So, Pierre, you're going to be up first. So as you're sitting there, noticing, again, the shadows, on the wall, because this room itself, unlike most of the other ones, this one has kind of an unnatural light that just is everywhere in it. You can't really see a light source, but you do see shadows being cast in odd directions. Like as you look at them, they shouldn't actually be able to be there, because they'll be like shadows on opposite walls and things like that. And then you start noticing the shadows aren't really attached to anything, and then they start to move. And as they move towards you, you feel an odd presence behind you. And as you spin around, you see a large skeletal structure with a lizard bone structure face as it swings a sword at you.
Oh, great.
By the way, folks, if you'd like to make their lives more difficult, you can redeem some of your rupees to add a monster to the encounter.
Who did
which
this?
Is what? Who redeemed this?
This is a redemption by Crow 8, who added this enemy. So thank you. And now I kind of hate you a little bit because I'm probably gonna die.
Also, thank you to Imp for telling me to throw shade at our enemy.
Throw shade.
So very quickly, just because it kind of appears and surprises you a little bit, Pierre, it's going to take just a really quick slash at you.
Great.
That's a 36. Does that hit your guard?
Yeah, and it's over 10. Come on.
Okay.
Really?
So, how much damage do you take?
Let's see. What is 36 minus 17? 19 points of damage. I go from 28 points to
9.
9. Shit.
So the Lizarfo jumps up into the air, comes down with its sword, and just smashes and slices you right across the shoulder blades. It also knocks you down.
Great. So am I prone? I'm prone,
Yes,
aren't I?
You are prone.
Cool.
But that is the extent of that. You do notice there are 4 shadows coming towards you in addition to this that word that I'm not going to say right now.
Lizalfos.
Thank you. So next up is Pierre. You are now able to do something.
Great. How far are these shadow things that are coming towards me?
The room is not very large, so they're roughly about like 20-ish feet away, maybe 30. As I
feel I should just start stabbing the shit out of this Lizalfos. That was just rudely gonna take me out my first day back.
Maybe
I think
so many episodes.
That's not my fault. That's Work's fault. Anyway, I'm going to. You know what? Listen, I'm going to just stab or attempt to stab this Lizalfos because no, not on my watch today. I don't think so. And I'm going to do my multi.
Go for it. You just declare how many attacks you're going to make. And then for each additional attack, it's -3. Or it's disadvantage 3. And then for each rank in multi-attack,
I have a specialist 2.
So yeah, I believe it's this a flat roll for 2 attacks then for you.
Sweet. And that...
Just explode like your initiative roll.
Oh wait, no, you had multi-attack specialist 2, and that's it. Then it'd be disadvantage 1. Or no, you're dual wielding. Never mind, it's a flat roll.
Ha! There we go.
So
25 is 1.
That definitely beats its guard, though not by 10 over. Guard is 17, so I have to do math very quickly.
All right, both hit. They don't. The other one was a 19.
Okay. So it's 3 and 8 is 11. So you guys watch as Pierre. I'm assuming you stand up as part of your movement, or you.
Yes, I do that too.
So
I mean, I was
he.
just like throwing my daggers, just like at them, but.
So you guys watch as Pierre kind of does a whirling leg spin that kind of gets him up, and as he spins to his feet, he just spins around, and his ulaks come out and just slash this creature twice, knocking it back a little bit, but for the most part, you can see the cuts have damaged the Lizalfo, the lizard thing, the lizard skeleton.
Yes.
I'm never gonna get that word with a stutter. So it cuts into it pretty deep, but it's still raring to go. Anything else you want to do with your turn?
How about heal? Because Quero also just redeemed a fairy for me. Thank you.
Okay. What was the name of the person?
I'm so bad at pronouncing his name. QERL08.
Curl08.
Curl08.
Thank you, name that I'm not going to butcher because Alex butchered it well enough.
You're welcome.
Thanks for the redemption and keeping Pierre alive. So go ahead and roll. Remember, type /roll the space the dice and then a double exclamation point, and it will auto explode them for you.
12 whole points.
All right, that's good.
Is that a fairy?
Okay,
nice.
Thank you.
You're now not in danger of being one shot unless I do a cool roll again.
Everyone.
I swear to God, Jody, if you do, I'm so mad.
So that brings us to Zulta.
I see
now,
this
Zulta, you do notice as you come in, and the shadows and everything are there, and Pierre is bleeding as a fairy appears. You do notice that the rod itself seems kind of drawn to this big pulsating, like mini wound in the room. So you do notice a connection between the two, but beyond that, there's shadows and a skeleton. What do you want to do?
Well, this horrible lizard skeleton just attacked Pierre.
Yeah.
So I'm going to shout out, "Stop hurting the feather duster," and try and drain whatever energy is animating it.
Okay.
Excuse me.
For 31.
Wow.
What's it against?
Toughness.
I forget that Zulta has the OP feat.
Toughness is actually higher than its guard, actually. But yeah, that's totally a hit, and it's more than 10. I don't think it has enough hit points. Let me count. 2, 12, 13. It's still alive, barely.
Okay.
So you guys watch as Zulta turns around and again she's kind of enveloped in this aura of red and black glowing energy, and she just reaches out and kind of grips the creature, and you watch all the bones and everything crack and splinter, and then she lets it go and it kind of hits the ground really wobbly but still upright.
And I would like to have it be affected by demoralized, because I kind of want it to be upset that I yelled at it.
Okay.
About the feather duster.
What level of demoralize is it just level 1? It's always done at your maximum level.
Whatever that is.
So what is your entropy score? Is it 6?
Yes.
Okay, so it'll be disadvantage 2 on it, which is good because it has advantage 3 on all its attacks. Cool. So that happened. And anything else you want to do, Zulta?
Back towards the strange portal that my Trifork seems to be drawing me towards.
Okay. So you start. That is where the shadows are coming from, by the way. Like you guys are kind of pincered between lizard, skeleton, and shadows. So
I'm just going to gesture at the shadows with the Trifork.
Gotcha. Next up is going to be Atticus.
This thing's still up, yes?
Yes, barely. Looks like
a
a stiff wind would get rid of it.
Yeah, I would like to pull out my whip and just crack it over the head.
Oh, okay. Go ahead and make your attack roll.
There's that, which was not great. And wow, okay. 9?
So you get a choice. You can just flat out miss, or you pick one, I pick one. The things you can pick where you can just do 3 damage. You can inflict a bane of 3 or less power level, or you can move 10 feet without provoking an opportunity attack. But if you pick one of those, I get to pick one too. So what do you want to do?
I will just... Man, I don't want to, cause Pierre any more damage.
It looks really, really hurt. Okay.
All right, then I'll do the 3 damage.
Thank you. It had 2 hit points.
Thank you.
2 hit points.
So as you bring the whip around to try and hit it, it's close enough that it actually gets inside your guard. And instead of being able to use the actual whip portion of it, you have to basically bludgeon it with the kind of pommel of the whip. You are able to damage it, however, you get trapped in the bones a little bit and are knocked prone.
Great.
So you are now covered in bones.
It's also just a really funny visual. I kill you! Oh no.
Help, I have fallen and cannot get up.
You trap yourself in its rib cage or something.
Yeah. It was big lizard. It's not like Jerry size, it's a big lizard.
No, and Jerry is perfectly okay and not experiencing any kind of psychological trauma from seeing us kill a lizard skeleton.
I literally just almost got killed, and you're focusing on a damn lizard?
It's Zulta.
To be fair, so is the chat.
Chat, I love you.
God damn it.
Yeah, whatever chaotic neutral god the chat represents.
I don't know how I feel about it, but anyway.
So, yes, chat, you are awesome. And Atticus, anything else you want to do with your turn?
Have I used any of my movement?
No, but it'll take half of it to stand up.
I would like to do that and somehow retain some of the bones as armor. No, I just want to...
You just have little bits of bones sticking out. You have one just stuck in your hair.
Yeah, I definitely would like to stand up.
Cool. Anything else you want to do?
Nope.
All right. That brings us to, because I rolled super awesome for initiative, Aruna with your 12.
Okay. Are we still all pretty relatively clustered near the door?
You are in perfect fireball formation.
Great.
Wish I had fireball.
And the shadows...
To kill your party?
I'm sorry, it's just an urge. I like fire in games.
Oh,
Great.
We're talking about fire in game, not actual fireball. Okay.
And then shadows are currently emerging and in the process of rushing us from the orb.
Yes.
Okay.
You get the feeling that they're just slightly behind you. With a 10 initiative.
Yeah.
The lizard skeleton got a 3.
Poor guy. I can't remember.
Yeah, still kick the shit out of me. That's fine.
Yep.
Okay. I'm just going to...
Kitty.
How far is the ball? The orb?
The orb is about 20 from where you are. The room is 20 feet by 40 feet, and it's on the opposite end of the room, so about 20, 25 feet.
Okay.
Maybe 30 feet. Sorry.
Within bomb throwing range.
Yeah. There's nothing in the room that's outside your bomb throwing range.
Excellent. Well, since the shadows are currently clustered somewhat, I'm just going to stand my ground and throw a big bomb in the middle of all of them.
Okay. To hit all the shadows, you're going to need to make it...
all of them within a 10-foot cube. So.
Okay. You they are spread out enough that you wouldn't be able to hit more than one with just a 10-foot.
Yeah, just a dense cluster of them then.
But if you extend it to 15 feet, you can get all 4 of them. It just adds an additional disadvantage to it.
Let me ask this. The way that vanilla legend points work, the ones you give us for whenever we break you, do those go away per session?
No.
Okay.
You just, with regular legend points, you can't have more than your level +1.
Oh, okay.
And you can't use more than your level on a single roll.
Gotcha. All right, let's extend it to 15 feet, a 15-foot cube with disadvantage 1, and add 3 legend points to that.
Okay.
To give it advantage 2.
Yep.
All right.
I swear to God, Elias.
No, it's going to be all ones. No, don't worry about it.
So, since it's just one bomb, big old thing, just make one roll for me.
So many dice.
Oh, okay. This is good. One moment.
Now remember, technically, you are rolling 2 extra dice.
And I take the highest of the 2.
Yep.
Yeah.
And if any of them explode, you get to explode them as well.
That's right. All right, so 16, 19, 29.
Math is hard, kids. Stay in school.
34.
34?
Wow!
34 is a
34 against guard.
bitchin' number.
Elias actually did something with his advantage.
So that's 20 over.
Wow, what a shit.
We're about to see what bombs do to shadows.
Wow.
Unfortunately, they're completely unaffected by no.
Oh man.
I was half expecting that.
So you guys watch as Aruna pulls out a bomb that is too big to fit into his bomb bag. You don't know how this happened. It's if you've ever seen the cups and balls at the end where they make the ball come out that's just too big to fit on it. Yeah, it's the same basic thing. So he just takes out this massive, massive bomb, hurls it. It impacts the wound, and you watch as the bomb kind of misshapes and morphs a little bit. and then hits the ground. And once it hits the ground, you guys just see this massive explosion that blows a few of you back, and messes up your thin hair, Zulta.
How dare you?
Then you see the four shadows are now, like, you can see the shadows themselves are kind of like fading and look to be having a hard time holding their shape. Anything else you want to do?
Was that 10 over their guard?
He was 20 over their guard.
So do I give all of them the same bane?
Yes, since it's just one bomb. Yeah.
Let's give them all.
But it'll be the maximum level you can invoke that bane at. So
it will be the maximum level. Okay.
And it'll be using your energy ability. So
let me double check the maximum level here. But the bane I want to do is probably persistent damage.
I believe it'll be 6 then is the power level.
Yeah, let me make sure that is a power level for that bane.
It is.
Okay.
I believe it's a D8 of damage.
That is 1d8 of damage per round. Correct.
Yeah.
Great.
So it's their turn. I need you to roll me a D8.
Look at this guy with his fancy open legend book.
7.
How do you want to do this?
What?
Whoa!
They had 6 hit points.
We've had such a turnaround for Aruna in this game. If he doesn't win the frickin' Twitter poll,
He won't. Don't worry.
It's not how it works. You guys still have another room like this. Don't worry, I can still kill you all. Reminder, audience. You can add monsters to encounters when they do bullshit like
you can also give us fairies to heal us and keep people like the Feather Duster from dying.
So
oh my god.
Iruna barely registers the fact that a random Lizalfos came out of nowhere and started attacking everyone else, specifically Pierre. But he kind of forgot Pierre was there to begin with, based on the last 20 minutes. So, because of how silent he was. So, he's just gonna focus on the shadows and be like, they're kind of close. Just throws a big bomb that he adds a little bit of an extra punch to try and get them all. They all kind of do what you describe, and then they just sort of sputter out and dissipate, I guess.
So to add just a little bit to this, so you guys watch as he sits there and he kind of like old Bomberman 64 style pumps up the bomb, just hurls it. It explodes, and you watch as Aruna just kind of spins on his heel and slowly starts walking away as the explosion happens. Then a secondary explosion happens behind that. And you watch all the shadows just...
Sunglasses.
His white hair is just like...
Yeah. You watch as he just pulls out these darkened, shades in front of that, and you hear this boom, 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 boom.
Michael Bay presents Realms of the Wild.
There's lens flares everywhere.
I'm actually going to retcon this a little bit.
Transformers coming.
Purely for flavor. He throws the big bomb, and it does the stuff. He turns, and then the explosion stuffs. And then he kind of, behind him, still realizes something's back there. He takes a hand bomb and just sort of flicks it and just throws it behind him. For some reason, it hits all of them as persistent damage. And it just, finishes them off.
That's the weirdest part about this is he threw this massive bomb and it made a big explosion. And the final thing, he just takes out what looks like a little cherry bomb. Just goes.
There's like a cigar in his mouth for some reason. No, I'm just kidding.
So the thing is still there, and you all are still in initiative.
Oh God, what's happening now?
So. At the top of the turn, after all of that explosion happens, you see 2 more shadows kind of form and start coming at you guys. But they don't have a turn because you just liquefied all of my shadows. So we go back up to the top of the order with Pierre.
Cool. Great. I'd like to point out the puns in the chat. Thank you, Imp.
Imp is like my brother, where he just waits to speak until he has something like clever to say.
And yet he speaks a lot.
Elias,
right now, the shadows feel burnt.
Mood. Eternal mood. Let me see if I can throw a dagger at one of these things. Let's see how that goes.
Sure.
Let's do both. Why not? Why not both?
Go for it.
Okay. Where is dagger attack? 1. 18.
18 hits.
Cool. And 28.
Both of those hits. The second one is 10 over. For the first one, you'll just do 3 damage. And then the second one, you'll actually do 11. And you can inflict a
bane, right?
Yeah, an agility-based bane.
Let's do bloodletting.
Okay. So what's your agility at now?
My agility is at a 15?
No, it's not.
5. It's a 5. I'm looking at... Sorry, it's been a million years.
Power level 15.
I'm like, well, your stats max at 10, so...
Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong thing. It's
and player characters can't have a 10 in anything, so...
Well then, so it's a 5.
It's a 5? Okay, so it's a d6 of damage when it starts its turn. However, since you threw both of your daggers, they both kind of sliced through this shadow and landed on the other side of it. So you are currently disarmed.
Mm-hmm. It's fine. I have lightning reflexes.
Anything else you want to do with your turn? You can go run and pick up your daggers. You'll just be...
I'm going to do that.
Okay. So you guys watch as Pierre takes the daggers, and they're these really interesting ulaks that kind of bend over his hand, and he just throws them, and they spin almost like discs, slicing through one of the shadows. And as the shadow is kind of reeling, you watch as Pierre runs over, kind of slides down, picks up both of the daggers, and gets back up to his feet into a fighting stance right next to one of the shadows.
Yes. You see in the Chronicles of Riddick, it's like that, but
cooler.
It burns.
Anything else you want to do with your turn?
I believe that's it.
Cool. That brings us to Zulta.
Well, I've just been standing here listening to Jerry's purrs for a little while. Lizards can purr. Look it up. Don't quote me on that.
Quote her on that.
I was about to say.
Sean Connery is Jerry confirmed.
I actually do think there are lizards out there that can make purr-like sounds. But anyways.
But by the way, fun fact, big cats can't purr. Like lions and tigers, they don't have the ability to purr.
I kind of want to stab the giant glowy hole thingy with the Trifork. Just see what happens.
Cool.
So you're going to run up to it and you're just going to stab it with the Trifork.
Yep. Sounds right to me.
This is either going to be really good or really bad.
I know, and I'm leaning towards like bad.
All right.
Have fun with that.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna need you to make me.
I actually have to go get my keyboard then.
I'm gonna need you to make me a fortitude roll.
Okay.
All you have to do is click on the fortitude button.
Yeah. No advantage, disadvantage.
I'm gonna say this is probably disadvantage 1.
house 10.
R.I.P.
So as you come forward and you pierce it with this kind of pulsating mass of something, and you pierce it with the Triforce, it kind of spews forth this energy-ish thing. You're not really sure what it is. You do know it hurts a lot, though.
This was a bad idea.
Good job. You're doing great.
You take 8 points of damage as you just get hit by this wave of just negative energy. And you actually get covered in this. It looks kind of like a slime or a sludge or something like that, but it's not really corporeal. So it kind of just passes through you. And
now my soul is as black as I thought it always was.
Yep.
And you notice that the Trifork is still has that pull towards it. But you can feel kind of like there's an energy to the Trifork. Anything else you want to do with your turn? That was your major action.
Back away from the giant glowing thing.
Okay. So you back away from it. Imp gets another legend point.
God damn it, Imp!
Negative energy and slime. You're being attacked by YouTube comments.
I really
Or
hope
Twitter
that
comment.
we figure out a way for Imp to be a guest so that when
Yeah.
he shows up with his character, every roll is just like, I used 10 legend points.
You never fail.
And every single thing is with a catchphrase or a pun. Imp, DM me on Twitter. We're making this.
Yay!
So
I highly
anyway,
approve this.
that ends that. We're gonna go to Atticus now.
I'm not really sure. Are there still shadows?
There are 2 shadows.
Okay, I wasn't sure if Pierre killed those or not.
No, he damaged one of them. The other one is fine.
Okay,
I stabbied one.
I'm gonna focus on the stabbied one then.
Okay.
And get within range for my whip and just take a slash at it.
Go for it.
D8s. Oh, sweet.
Wow.
Imp is the ultimate secret character in this game.
Okay.
You have to like collect all of Atticus's past memories, and then
Either that or
I'm sorry.
he's
I
paid
didn't think it
DLC.
was like Pokemon.
Everything is Pokemon. Life is Pokemon.
you have to have a certain number of conversations with Zulta where you get her to realize how arrogant she is, and
Yeah.
there's this huge.
You have to convince Zolta that waiter was not actually a waiter.
Oh my. Yeah, that's gonna be like all natural 20s in order for that to happen.
Mm-hmm.
20, Jody, for
20.
my attack.
20 is enough to hurt it. It just takes 3 damage. And I totally just hit the wrong button. So yeah, you come up and you slash it with your weapon, and again you can see it kind of slash through it. The creature itself looks like, again, it's having a harder time holding its form, but it's still there. And anything else you want to do?
I just want to move to an kind of next to Pierre, I guess, so that way we can both be kind of like attacking these things.
Yeah.
I'm not sure like where I was in the context of.
And don't forget, you guys do have an assist action you can take for free once per turn. So, Aruna, you are up next.
So Aruna thinks he's all that. And
I'm still next to Aruna, so I would like to assist him.
No, you're not. You ran up and stabbed the thing.
And then I walked away because it hurt me.
It took most of your movement to get there, so you're actually nearby Pierre and Atticus, but you can still attempt to aid him.
Yes, I would like to cheer Aruna on.
Cheer Aruna, okay.
You can do it, I guess.
Go ahead and make me a presence roll.
Cheering from Zolta. This should be interesting.
Any advantage, disadvantage?
I'm gonna give it disadvantage too because of your relationship with Aruna. He's just gonna have a hard time believing this is.
Oh man,
that's amusing.
So great.
26.
Wow.
Your next roll has advantage too, whenever it is, Aruna.
My presence score is 4. So that's what happened there.
Zolta took brain damage.
That's crazy.
It's an instant KO.
Was that
one of my D10s exploded twice. That's what happened.
What? But it was disadvantage, right?
It was disadvantage too.
How? I call witchcraft.
I don't understand how that works. But,
I think you actually did advantage.
Do you think I accidentally did advantage? I'll do it again.
Well, I'm looking at the numbers that you rolled.
Yeah.
And you got a 3 on your D20, and then a 9, a 23, and a 2.
Should have been a 5.
But no, I scrolled through to the disadvantage.
It might just be the program is doing things wrong then.
I mean, if it's giving us advantage when we tell it to give disadvantage,
I mean, it's roll 20. I made sure to go to disadvantage.
Since I can see the number, it's a 5. So instead of advantage 2, you have disadvantage 2. Aruna.
I have disadvantage 2 on my next roll.
Yes.
Cool.
Because she got a 5, not a 26.
Great.
That's weird.
All right.
It's probably just a glitch in the system. Normally it works fine because I've seen it do disadvantage fine. So, it treated it with advantage in that particular case.
That is exactly what I would do, Coral. I would do, if you die, I'll kill you.
That shit was so hard for Zolta that it gave her a nose. Oh my god.
Let's see how this is going to go. So, Iruna thinks he's all that and completely neutralized the threat, begins to turn around and say, hey, have we tried the Trifork on the ball? Oh, there's more. And he's going to, as he throws another hand bomb, he kind of used a lot of material to make that big bomb as good as it was. So as he begins to throw the hand bomb to the one that's getting savagely attacked by 2 people, he hears Zolta, if you screw this up, I'll kill you. And with
her thumbs up. The one not holding the Trifork
is just confused and disoriented. So he's going to make an attack at disadvantage 2. At that.
Oh boy.
I'm rolling the same number of dice, but with different context.
Aruna never needs disadvantage.
So that's that's a 9.
So miss, or you choose one, I choose one.
Let's just do 3 damage to the shadow.
Okay. So as you throw the bomb at the shadow, it misses a little bit. The explosion just kind of, it kind of goes through the shadow and then explodes behind it. You see the shadow kind of shift a little bit, and one of its tentacles just kind of reaches out and kind of pierces through Atticus's, Pierre, because he's closer, Pierre's body, and you have the persistent damage.
Why though?
You're welcome. Also, apparently these have tentacles too.
Because you don't, because Aruna is too far away for it to attack.
So I have persistent damage.
Yes. You will take 1d6 at the start of your turn.
Great.
It's shadow time. Unless you had something else you wanted to do with your turn, Aruna?
I'm going to move a little closer to the thing.
Oh, I totally forgot. These guys have damage resistance. Yeah, I'll remember next time.
Good. I'm so glad for that revelation.
I'm gonna move a little closer to Zulta than the other two, but just closer to the orb. Not close enough to where I feel so sick that I feel like completely.
Gotcha.
And not close enough where you feel like Zulta will actually be in range to kill you for messing that up.
I assume Zulta's always in range to damage.
Yeah. So the two shadows kind of turn towards Pierre because they didn't see their friends get explodified by Bruna. They just saw him throw this bomb that did next to nothing. And they're both, they just reach out these tendrils of shadow and attempt to attack him. So 12 versus your toughness.
This is to me?
Yes.
12 versus toughness. 14! Nope!
Okay. And the second one is 10 versus your toughness. So both of them, you sit there and you try to deflect the blows, and the shadows just pass through your ulaks and again pierce into your chest. But you sit there and just kind of, you can feel them starting to try and like poison and basically rot you from the inside. And you just kind of sit there and endure it and kind of force them out through just sheer strength of character and take no damage. That ends their turn. We go up to the top of the round. Another shadow appears. And Pierre, you are up first.
Am I rolling my own damage here for myself?
No, I will be rolling that.
I want to do that real quick.
I forgot it. There isn't a D5. You take 4 points of damage.
Cool. I am going to attack the ever-living hell out of the one that just attacked me.
Well, both of them did, so I'm assuming the one that you've already damaged.
Let me kill him first.
Okay. So multi-attack again?
Yep, and you know what? Do I want to use Legend Point here? I will use 1 audience Legend Point to give me advantage 1 on the first roll.
Yep.
18.
It's versus guard, right?
Yes.
Yep, it hits, does 3 damage, the minimum damage. It's looking pretty rough.
22.
That ends that creature. However, there are 2 more shadows that are, one that was already there, and then a second one that has just appeared, starting to come towards you. And anything else you want to do with your turn?
Let me somersault out of the way.
Sure. The one that was closest to you is dead, so you can.
I'm going to take that opportunity to then do a flipping somersault over the one I just killed and get as far to the other side of the room as I can to maybe, I don't know, not get tentacled in the chest. I don't need to be death by anime here today. No thanks. I'm good.
Death by Anime is the name of my autobiography.
So you guys watch as Pierre runs away like a bitch, and he makes a tactical retreat. And that brings us to Zulta. You still have the Trifork in hand. The thing, you can still tell there's a connection there. You don't think stabbing it is the way that this device was meant to work. If you'd like to use a minor action, you can roll a I think it's a learning check. Is that what they're called in this one? Yeah.
Can I assist?
You could roll a learning or a logic check to see if you can figure out more about this item.
Can I?
Where is Kiri when we need her?
Being a goddamn pirate.
Yeah. I kind of
really awesome in her pirate getup.
Yeah, that's true.
If you guys haven't seen, follow her Instagram. She looks like badass in her pirate getup.
Can I assist in her learning roll? Trying to figure out.
I wanted to attack.
Oh well, never mind.
Well, you can.
Sorry,
Aruna. You can assist if she were to make a learning roll.
The way I was going to assist.
That would be a minor action, not your major.
Yeah.
To start, you could still make an attack.
I'm going to do the attack first.
Okay. So there's 2 shadows there.
And I would like to shout out as Pierre runs away, good job, pillow stuffing. And then try and destroy the stronger of the shadows.
Neither has been hit, so.
Okay, whichever one just looks like Zolta will have a problem with him based on him being anything other than Zora.
I'm sorry, did I walk into the roast of Pierre? What the hell is this?
21.
It's always the roast of Pierre.
21 does hit. It does 4 damage.
Okay. And then I want to learn something about this thing.
So
it was learning or what?
Learning or logic.
I'm going to do some learning.
If you want to, you can kind of describe to me how you're going to try and help.
I was just going to try to assist by Aruna at this point has kind of caught on that we need to do something about the orb to stop these leaking shadows. So knowing that Zolta has the Trifork, he's just going to try to help reason with her hey, should we do something about the orb with the Trifork?
Okay, go ahead and make me
trying to bounce ideas off.
So disadvantage again.
You're kind of on the other side of the room right now, so you can't really see. So you can make me a logic check with disadvantage too, just because you're kind of going off of memory in the middle of a fight.
Is this me or Zolta?
You. Okay. So you're gonna make your roll first, and then
logic
she'll make her.
With disadvantage.
Yep.
Gotcha. Uh, 14.
Okay, I'll give you advantage 1 on your check, Zolta.
Okay.
The immersive learner stands in a corner, inexplicably dressed as a pirate.
17.
So kind of examining this rod, it's again, it looks like it is made of 3 different things kind of just merged together. From your expertise with just being around magic and things like that, you think that at least part of it can channel magical energy, which is everything from fire and lightning to even your entropic abilities would fall under the category of magical energy. So you think it can act as kind of not really an amplifier, but kind of a focuser of magic energy in a way. However, that's not its only function. That's just the one that makes the most sense to you.
Cool.
So
I know what I'm doing next turn.
Well, you haven't, or you did take your action.
Yep.
So that's the end of your turn. We go to Atticus.
So did there's still 2 shadows, right? Or is there 3 now?
There was 3. Pierre killed one, so now there's 2.
All right. So Atticus, if Pierre kind of rolled away, is he still in striking range of the other 2?
One, you're within striking range because your whip has a little bit of reach to it.
Yeah.
The other one, you'd have to move a little bit to get within striking range, but you could.
Okay. I want to move just to where I can be in striking range of both of them, so that way I'm
okay. That's possible.
Set up, and right before like slashing out at one of them, I just look up here and say, "Don't worry, Birdman, I got your back."
Rockman, Birdman.
Atticus is a simple guy. I mean, come on. All right, that's a lot of numbers that I'm not very good at adding up, especially since my wife put Bailey's in my coffee.
Oh,
that sounds great, actually.
28.
28 is definitely a hit.
Wait,
it is 11 over.
Wait, let me make sure I got this right. Yeah, it's 28. Sorry.
Okay. Are you attacking the one that Zulta attacked, or the one that hasn't been damaged yet?
Or the one that has damage.
Okay. So it takes 11 damage, and you can inflict an agility-based bane.
Sweet. I will do. Where are my banes at?
On your character sheets, I'm actually going to pull up your character sheet, and I'll tell you exactly. They're under your favorite actions. If you hit the cogs next to things, did I not put in? No,
I know that there's a bane for like. I think I is persistent damage not something I can use.
Yeah, it is one that you can use.
Yeah.
So it'd be 1d8 damage.
Yep. Yeah, we'll just do that.
Okay. So you sit there, and as you slash it, you can see like bits of it are kind of falling off. We'll leave it at that for right now. Technically, that particular bane wouldn't normally work, but we've spent enough time on this. And anything else you want to do with your turn?
No, other than just to say to Carol 08 that Kiri's the only one I've referred to by name so far.
Great.
Is there a redemption from DJ Dragonflame? I don't have the redemptions up in front of me, unfortunately. So.
Oh my God, he put in 4. 4 NPCs.
Oh, so not enemies.
Oh,
okay.
4 NPCs. Okay.
Great.
NPC. Just to let you know, DJ Dragonflame, NPCs are different than just adding or removing a monster. There should be a different redemption for that. NPCs. You and I will. The Zelda universe will actually whisper you my email address, and we'll actually have a discussion on what you want these NPCs to be later. If you just wanted to add monsters to this fight, that's the add remove enemies redemption, I think is what it's called.
Yeah, we have a redemption for that. I know he was telling me that he was going to do stuff on it, but oh my, I'm looking at some of the info. Oh dear.
Yeah, Curl. Again, we'll send you an email as well. But that'll happen after the game. I generally won't design the NPCs during the game because we have a deadline, unfortunately.
Yep.
Okay, so you will have you and I will work together for NPCs for later on in the campaign. So cool. So going back, we're now to Aruna.
Iruna, doesn't have the Trifork. He did get some explosion energy near the orb, and it didn't really do anything to it. It just warps the bomb. So he's just gonna try and help mitigate and throw a bomb, hoping not to hear a thinly veiled insult from Zolta this time at the damaged shadow.
You may not hear it aloud, but you know she's thinking it.
Great. So that's just a regular hand bomb attack. that fella. Yo. That is 27.
27 is exactly 10 over.
Oh, yeah. Let's give it, it's got 2 Banes I can do, and I don't know how disarming it would work, so persistent damage, 1d8.
Okay, so now it's going to take persistent damage from you and persistent damage from
buddy.
Atticus. And anything else you want to do with your turn?
I just want to be kind of close to the orb and Zolta in case whenever she tries stuff, she needs assistance.
So Aruna just kind of runs up next to Zolta as he just casually tosses a bomb over his shoulder and it explodes, almost disintegrating the creature. It's their turn. I need both Atticus and Aruna to roll me 1d8.
All right.
Doesn't really matter how much you roll because he has 1 hit point.
These explode too.
They do. All dice explode.
All right. Okay. Oh my god.
How overkill did you just do it, John?
18.
18 plus 6, 24.
So if it was at full health, it would have 2 health left. However,
You killed it twice.
it had 1 health, so it didn't matter what you rolled. You just watch it explode into a mini sun and then disintegrate. There's 1 shadow left. That shadow is actually going to go towards Zulta since it's now kind of sensing the Trifork. I put so much work into that.
The shadow knows
What
it's
was
the Rod
the-
of Restoration.
Rod of Restoration. Okay, I couldn't remember the official.
And it's actually going to come over, and it actually just passes straight through you to the other side.
Ooh.
And this is going to be 24 versus your toughness.
Yeah.
So as it passes through you, you feel something just wrong. Your muscles are not working the way they're supposed to. You can feel that it's done something to you as it passed through.
That's also over 10.
This was a Bane attack, so it's not...
Okay.
Doesn't actually work that way, or it doesn't get a free Bane on a Bane attack. But you have disadvantage 1 on all your action rolls and a -1 to all of your defenses until you resist this.
Okay.
So yeah, you start kind of coughing up blood a little bit. Your vision is swimming now. At the end of that, you see another shadow appear and start moving towards you guys, bringing the total number of shadows back up to 2. We go back to Pierre.
Moving back over there seems like a poor choice, but maybe I should. Let's go throw... I'm going to throw my daggers again at one of them. Which one's closer to me? Are they both in the same area?
The one that just passed through Zulta is the closest one, and you could run up to him and slash him. Remember, you took a tactical retreat before, so
That's true, yeah. Let's go run up to him and do the slashies.
go for it.
17.
That hits it exactly.
25.
And that hits it more than exactly.
Cool. Also, I'm going to need you to do a roll for persistent damage for me.
Oh yeah. No, he's dead.
Oh,
The
good.
persistent damage ended when the shadow died.
Oh, good. Then never mind.
Yeah. Yeah, it is still technically linked to a creature. So if the creature dies, the persistent damage will go away.
Oh, good. So that's what?
I mean, technically, I think I can rule it either way, but because of how this particular persistent damage works, I'm saying it's gone.
Cool. I love it. Not complaining.
And anything else you want to do with your turn?
Maybe shoot a glare at Zolta and just be like, I don't appreciate these names.
Gotcha. Zolta, you're up next.
Zolta is going to give him a weird look.
What else is new?
Yeah. And then she's going to yell out to the gods of the chat room that she's going to do something that is potentially stupid, and she hopes there's a great fairy coming her way just in case, because she's going to aim the Trifork at this swirling ball of energy and try and channel her death drain through it.
Okay. Make me an entropy roll.
This sounds like a disastrous idea. Because
this is not an attack, you're not going to get your advantage on it. A straight entropy roll.
Okay. Well, so do I still have disadvantage on it from the Bane?
Yes, you have disadvantage on all action rolls.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and use a legend point and just cancel that out.
Imp, you are my favorite. For those watching at home, Imp has just said, hear that, chat? Zolta's going to do something stupid. Give Pierre
fair, except that the last time that I tried to attack this thing, it hurt me. So
I don't trust you.
As you shouldn't.
I see roasted here.
25.
Okay, as you sit there and you focus on the Trifork, you feel the energy flowing through it and changing. It seems like the device was designed to change energy into a very specific form of energy. And normally the kind of red-black energy that you're used to seeing doesn't come out of it. You see this kind of pure white light just kind of fire out of it. And yeah, let's say with a 25, you watch as the entire thing shrinks down to about a third of its original size.
I figured out what to do.
But it's still there. Yeah. And anything else you want to do with your turn?
I would like to yell at everyone with appropriate insults to keep attacking the shadows, and I'll try and close the portal.
With appropriate insults.
Gotcha.
Keep doing that.
Atticus, you are up.
I don't know who this fish lady is, but I like her. Anyway, he's gonna take his whip and just go after the one that just attacked Zolta. If I'm in range of that one, I'm like losing track of how many there are.
There's two.
Okay. I guess I'll just stay where I was and attack the other one that was in range of me. So I'm gonna do that one right now. And can I use one of my legend points on that?
Sure. Gives you advantage one.
Advantage one. Is that just to the D20 or is that to? How does that work? I can't.
So the way advantage or disadvantage works is what's your so right now you're rolling a D20 plus 2D6, 2D8?
D8s, yeah.
All right. So what you do is you would roll a D20 and then 3D8 and take the two highest.
Gotcha. Cool.
If you were to do like advantage 4, you would roll 68 and take the two highest.
But the D20 is always the way.
The D20 is always one. The only time you'll roll multiple D20s is if you have a 0 in that particular score.
Got it.
And then you can only have advantage 1.
Cool. Oh, nice. Oh, okay.
And again, everything explodes.
Wow, that's kind of nuts. All right, so 26, 32, 39.
Now you're gonna make me do math. It is super duper hurt, and you roll 10 over, so you can inflict a bane for free.
I don't, again, because I can't see them on here. I know I have a bane that like makes a thing not be able to move.
Yeah, immobilize.
Like, immobilize. I would like to use that one.
Okay. To do that with your whip, you literally wrap your whip around the creature.
Will that work on this thing?
We're gonna say yes because we're getting close to cutoff time. But it does mean that you won't be able to attack any other creature. You'll kind of be stuck to attacking this until you release the bane. So
that's fine with me.
Okay. So now it can't move, and it's 10 feet away from you. So thus far, all the attacks have been melee attacks. So, yeah, that ends your turn. We go to Aruna.
Cool. Zolta seems to have figured out the Rod of Restoration. So
the Trifork.
He's just gonna help. He's just gonna do his part in mitigating and see that somehow Atticus has wrapped his rip around a shadow and is going to.
It's pretty cool.
It's impressive, cowboy man, and gonna try and just bomb it.
Okay.
Is there any difference since it's immobilized, or is it just a normal attack?
I'll give you advantage one. I have no idea what the rules are right now, but sure, I'll give you advantage one in the attack. It can't get out of the way.
Oh boy. Okay. Oof. Okay, hang on. All right. $41.
I love it when you guys roll super, super high when they have like 4 hit points.
we wouldn't do it any other time.
That would have literally insta-killed any of these shadows.
Good.
But it had 4 hit points, so it just there's just nothing left. Atticus, your whip goes limp, which Aruna just has that effect, and it happens. You shouldn't feel bad about that. Okay, it happens sometimes.
I thought all the dick jokes were last session.
Remember last year when we wanted to be family friendly? Yeah, that's out the window.
Family show.
Oh, man.
You know what? That's
Atticus just turns back to Aruna and says, "Sorry, you're not my type."
What?
Anything else you want to do, Aruna?
I love and hate all of you.
No. No. Nope.
Shadow,
a lot of no's.
Shadow is going to attack.
Oh
God. Zulta, because it now realizes that Zulta is bad.
I would like to remind the god of chat room.
The shadow has finally come to the conclusion as the rest of us.
24 versus your toughness.
Yeah, it's 10 over.
Okay. So you're gonna take what is your toughness?
It's 13.
So you take 11 damage, and you feel this kind of pulsating energy inside you that seems to be hurting you even more. So you will have persistent damage.
Ow.
Luckily, it only has an entropy score of 5, so that ends its turn. No new shadows appear this turn. And it's Zulta's turn, and
I thought it was Pierre's turn.
It's Pierre. I'm sorry.
Wow. Holy shit, guys. I'm gonna continue the stabby quests.
Stabby quest.
Do you have a better name for it, Elias?
An attack.
Not good enough.
Am I near Pierre?
Close. You're within 10 feet of the creature, so.
Can I assist somehow? I don't know how, but
sure. How you do have to describe to me what you're doing that you're going to.
Whatever I can do with, I guess, my whip to like help.
So you have your whip, you have your gun, and you're watching him run forward with his dagger. So think cinematically, think movie. What cool thing could you do if you see him kind of running towards the bad guy? If you're gonna help, you gotta give me something.
Can I try to like lasso the thing and like pull it towards Pierre, or whip it in the direction of Pierre or something like that? I don't know.
Sure. Go ahead and make
more force for those daggers to like
a straight agility.
Okay.
By the way, Jody, I rolled 2 hits, 22 and 23.
Well, those are going to change in just a second, depending on what he does. So,
okay.
29.
You actually have advantage 2 on both of your attacks, Pierre.
Oh, good. Okay.
So in general, when someone's helping, don't roll until after they help.
Gotcha.
Because it could be that they actually give you disadvantage, advantage. They might increase your damage. It all depends on how they describe what they're doing to me. So
okay. So in that case, the first roll was a 35, and the second roll was a 22.
It's just dead.
Nailed
you would have
it.
gotten a Bane out of that first one, but it's dead.
The Bane is getting a knife through the head of
So
whatever.
you guys watch as Atticus sits there and takes his whip out, and you sit there, and one of the things that you learned to do when you were a guard is, while the whip, can be used to hurt people, it's also a really effective distraction. And it's a really effective way to kind of control people. That's what they're used for in ranching. And so what you did is you snapped the whip so that the snap happened right next to where a normal creature's ear would be, which caused the creature to kind of dodge out of the way to avoid getting hit. But since you weren't aiming to actually hit it, it dodged right into Pierre's blades. And
Nice.
Pierre, you just come in and shunk, and it's gone.
Also makes way more sense than what I came up with.
So now it's Zulta's turn. Zulta, you take no damage. Ignore that because the creature's gone.
Do I still have the disadvantage from the other thing, or is that one dead?
That's gone as well. I'm saying It was connected to the shadow creature.
Okay, cool. Then I'm going to do the exact same thing as last time, except this time not use the legend point and hope it works out. Let's find out. 22.
With that, you sit there and focus through, and you watch this pulsating mass of just wrongness shrink and shrink and shrink, and then vanish.
Huzzah! I've done the thing.
Iruna has a hand bomb and is looking for more shadows, just ready to keep throwing bombs.
You guys do see that there are still shadows on the floor and things like that being cast by nothing, but you watch them kind of escape into the cracks and things around the room. And now there's cracks in the ceiling, so there's still shadows being cast by light, but they're not moving or anything like these shadows you were dealing with. And you notice on the far side of the room, right where that big kind of mini wound used to be, is a bar of some sort.
Can Iruna inspect it, since he's kind of close to that area?
I would like to ask Iruna to make me a drink, a martini, shaken, not stirred.
Iruna
I was going to ask what kind of bar
Solta
this was.
Yeah, can I get a couple shots of like Fireball, Or like what the
I'm sensing a lot of disadvantage in your future.
Oh, Pierre, do you want a fireball? He doesn't.
Elias, you're banned.
Take your point, Elias.
God damn it.
That was good.
I walked into that one, kind of.
Yeah.
So yeah, inspecting it, go ahead and roll me a learning check.
Learning.
I'm going to take
12.
a breather.
Looking at it, it is a mixture of stone and metal. And Kess, being silent this entire time, instantly comes up and just kind of grabs it from you.
Oh.
Or kind of just dashes past you to look at it, and the force of her moving so quickly just kind of carries her with it. And you're like, ah. And she's like, oh, this will fit in the
oh,
the
yeah.
thing,
No, I think...
I know where this goes.
This is... Yeah, let's go.
Lead the way.
And unfortunately, that is where we are going to end it for tonight. Or for today. Or
for
whatever.
Tonight.
Thank you for coming to the Roast of Pierre.
And everybody. Everybody roasted everybody.
But Pierre got the most.
Did he?
We needed to welcome you back in the most appropriate way for this show.
By calling me a throw pillow.
One of these days, we will have Pierre, or we will have Alex and Kiri in the same show that they're both regular cast members of.
I don't believe you.
I think I called you pillow stuffing. If I didn't,
you called me pillow stuffing. Chat called me a Swiffer.
And I called you feather duster. No, they said you weren't a Swiffer. They said you were swifter. But I had to, because last time I asked for people to send me insults for you. Remember when that happened? And I got a few. So I was using
this when I called you glorified fish and you were like, all right, Birdman?
Yeah. And then I asked chat to send me more insults, and I actually did get a few from that, and I needed to use them.
Well, good job. I appreciate that.
Yeah. So at Green-Eyed T-Bone on Twitter, if you have more insults regarding Pierre.
Or Aruna, or anyone in the party, really. I may not
equal opportunity insults
for Kiri, but we'll find out.
I'm thinking Kiri could go toe to toe with you insult.
I think so too.
No, I know.
But
Kiri would destroy though.
I'm also just thinking of who Zolta is closest to right now, and I think that
professional author
insults would be less.
Of course, you're now a doctoral candidate, so congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Chat, if you were not aware,
smart people.
She has she is now a doctoral candidate, so she's super smart in addition to being awesome. So
look at all
these. If you can't tell, I just moved into my apartment, thus boxes and things everywhere. And I start school in less than 2 weeks, a week and a half. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's all for us today. Does anyone have any announcements or anything? Other than, if you're going to be in the Seattle area and at PAX West, please not only check out the paddle, but how many ZU staffers are going to be there? Is it just you four, or are there going to be more?
It'll be the 4 panelists, and there's going to be, I think there's a couple of other ones that are news reporters and stuff that'll just be around, so... Just look around and ask. You know what I look like.
With ZU merch? I don't know. Does ZU have merch?
We
do have merch. It's on the Yeti.com/Zelda Universe, I think. So if you want to have a ZUT or of Link flexing, you should go buy our damn shit.
Or Elias's face on your chest.
That's not Zelda Universe stuff.
Coming soon.
They wouldn't let me put that on the Zelda Universe store.
I would have let you.
Yeah, just look for me because you know what I look like, and then anyone with a ZU shirt.
Yeah.
Or a MHQ thon or an MHQ shirt.
I was gonna say, or an MHQ shirt, or look for me because I'll be there too.
All right, so yeah, if you see anybody, come up to them, say hi, tell them how much you like the shows and the channel and everything. Tell them that how awesome I am. Other than that, does anyone have any specific announcements for things that are going on?
I have nothing specific, but I do want to say I love being on Realms because it forces me to get up early on Saturday, and then I get coffee with Bailey's and breakfast and all sorts of stuff that I normally don't get because I wake up at like noon every day. So thank you, Jody, for forcing me to get up.
If y'all are into the Kingdom Hearts,
DJ, sorry, I was talking to chat. Go ahead, Alex.
If y'all are into the Kingdom of Hearts and like some Disney and or some Fantasies of Final characters,
the finalist of Fantasies.
Correct. You may want to check in either tonight or tomorrow because I am now streaming Kingdom Hearts and starting that stuff on my on Luca_Starks on Twitch. And then I'm going to be doing Spider-Man and then all Walking Dead through October. So go follow me on the Twitches, people. You can get cool emotes.
Elias and John have a show that's really not worth watching because it's at the same time as my D&D show.
Especially not worth watching right now because it's
not anymore. It's not.
It's not what?
We had our season finale the other week.
So now no one has to make the decision between.
Now you can always watch Jody Wednesday nights.
Hey, allow me to submit. There's a thing called multi-Twitch.
Impossible.
So why not both?
Because it's one doesn't really confusing to listen to me talking about Eladrin being bastards and then them talking about
the same thing.
Redstone.
Well, that's not your problem. It's their problem.
I do run D&D Wednesday nights on my Twitter. Dear God, that would be
doing D&D on Twitter. Let's go.
I mean, that's impressive. Really,
that needs to happen now.
Jody's choice when you have to decide between two streams. Yeah, sure. Very, very similar to Sophie's choice. Same level of difficulty there.
Same so who's drama. The Meryl Streep in this situation?
I do run D&D games on Wednesdays. This Wednesday, unfortunately, I actually won't be because while Ilea is a doctoral candidate, I am just a dumb bachelor student. But I am
dumb.
I am finishing. I'm actually finishing my my bachelor's degree. I'm working on my capstone. So I'm taking a week off to hopefully get it, if not all the way done, mostly done before the end of August. So I won't be streaming on Wednesday. However, if I am well enough, I may be streaming some video game type stuff. I finally have a way to stream one of my favorite games that takes up a lot of my time just because it's fast, which is Power Rangers Legacy Wars. It's a phone game where I get to make a team of Power Rangers and then fight other Power Rangers. And I beat Peter Sudarso, who is the current Blue Ranger on Power Rangers Super Digisteel. So I beat a Power Ranger at being a Power Ranger.
Nice.
So I may try streaming that for a little bit, just for fun, or other video games and stuff like that. I don't know. But please follow me, twitch.tv/TrainerJodie. If you want to see me DMing more stuff, I have all of the campaigns that I've run on my YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/TrainerJodie. So you can see my Kingdom of the Kale Isles. You can see the newest one that I'm running right now. It's called The Legend of Three Kingdoms. They're both custom in my own world that I've created. They both have amazing casts and things like that. They're a lot of fun. So, other than that, anyone else have any other announcements?
Well, I hope to actually be doing things with my Twitch channel in a couple of weeks, so stay tuned for that and follow me on the Twitters at Green Eye T-Bone and on the Twitches at Green Eye Trombonist.
Awesome.
I stream on
and
Twitch
then
as
obviously, they've mentioned in chat, Kiri hasn't streamed in a really long time, but she's currently writing a book, a sequel to her book Alice. She has a Patreon where she releases all the chapters on there like as previews. I think she's on like chapter 10 or something like that she's released. So she's Kiri Callaghan everywhere. So if you want to see the stuff that she's doing, she's on Facebook, Twitter, and all that stuff. And feel free today, since she wasn't here, feel free to flood her Twitter with how much we missed Kess. And you may get to see pictures of her as a pirate.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's all for me today. And I will see you guys next time. Oh, one final announcement that we've been keeping under wraps a little bit. The end of September is going to be our musical episode.
Is that what we're doing?
We will have a specific date. Not next week, but the week after. But it'll be the end of September, celebrating our year of broadcasting. This show has been going on for almost a year now, guys.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I really hope that whenever this happens, we've taken long enough with this arc that Atticus is still there and he has to sing.
Everyone's singing. Every guest will come back. Everyone's going to be here. We're going to have a live band. I also have nothing to do with the organization of this, so nothing I say is necessary.
Give me the date early and I'll block that date off in my calendar.
So yeah, I have to talk with the cast to ensure that we can get the whole cast there, which is why I can't give you a specific date, but I can tell you it will be either the end of September or early October in celebration of our 1 year anniversary. So the musical episode is coming up.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, a large portion of the cast is actually trained singers, and then there's Elias.
Yep.
And me, technically.
Then there's a lot.
It just makes
well,
it
I figure with you being a dancer, you can at least keep a beat.
I can keep a beat, I think. Tell that to the people who keep cutting me in auditions, but
Yeah. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. And this for real this time. That is all for me this week. I'll see you guys next time. All right. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.